Hi Gemini, my name is Tiana and welcome to my channel Inspired by Ease. We're going to kick it off with an animal card, and while I'm shuffling, just know that this is general and you can swap around the characters, and my readings are not date specific, so feel free to have a look back at my previous readings that I've done. So, what's going on, Gemini? The beautiful Gemini. Okay, Gemini, we have your cards. So I don't usually do this many cards, but this is just how it wants to present. So Gemini, you are presenting as the bee, owl, and earthworm. And your person or dynamic or group or situation is presenting as a tiger and shark. Whoa. I think I'm going to focus on you first, and I think I'm going to break it down a little bit. So with this bee, I'm sensing some kind of emotional bruising, and maybe even bruising in the mind, but I'm mostly feeling it in the heart space. I think that you're feeling very raw. Your stomach might be in knots, and I think that you're in a place where you are building the building blocks of your future. I think that bees are very hardworking, and everything like that. But I do feel that your wings are kind of getting tired because of this kind of bruising that's taking place in your emotions. And you might even feel that your emotions are that you can't really express your emotions, basically. There's something looping around your emotions and kind of constricting. So I'm kind of feeling like your self-expression of your emotions is being kind of constricted. So I do feel like you have been working really, really hard, but because of this emotional bruising, you are getting tired. And so are you like being a busy bee, Gemini, because you don't want to deal with this? I almost getting a sense that you have some blinders on in relationship to this kind of bruising. But there is an aspect of you that knows that something is off. I think that you've been kind of like in your work, where maybe you haven't. It's either you haven't been aware or you didn't want to be aware of this pain, or with this shark, something kind of lurking in the horizon, but this other aspect of you has this vantage point, that there is something deeper that might not be safe, or so I think these are kind of like two mixed emotions that you're having, where this one aspect feels very tired and maybe exhausted and has a lot of emotional wounding, where another part of you is has this vision and wisdom. Owls are very wise, and also like strength and peace and serenity and tranquility and healing and So it's almost like this blackness is kind of like the sun is starting to set, but but there's a part of you that isn't aware and is just feeling very, very tired. And this other aspect of you like knows that something's maybe a little bit off. If you can see, it's not completely a black background. It has some color to it with that yellow and purple and orange. And so it's almost like there's this like black veil of darkness, but behind it is joy and success and peace and all of this stuff. So it's almost like this owl is like being a gatekeeper for you, this aspect, or I mean, this could also be like a third person that's being kind of like a gatekeeper for you between. Yes, this is, I don't think this owl so much as you, Gemini. I mean, it could be, but this could be like another thing, person, group, that's actually being a gatekeeper between you and this shark, tiger person. However, I also feel like it's keeping you from also your joy, or this. I don't know. It's this could also be a habit, a lifestyle, you know, something to that effect too. So this is very interesting, Gemini. So we have this tiger shark person. And so I was talking about, you know, something from the depths, like encircling you, encircling you, maybe even making you feel a little bit suffocated, or preventing you from expressing yourself. So this is coming from the deep. And the tiger can be about the divine feminine principle, and it also has to do with like lunar moon energy. And you know what? I'll actually want to read tiger to you. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card, which reminds me of the owl, actually. So there's a third person, or I mean, this could be you as well. Something that is awake at night when this is awake too. So you're being kind of like protected. I also get this as like angelic energy too. So I think like there's two things that are happening. So one, you feel this constriction from this, but you also feel protected. So it's like, but neither one is really allowing you to fully express yourself, or get the sustenance that you want, or make that progress that you want. It's kind of just like keeping you in this like safe little container. But neither one is really like helping you to advance, feel renewed, and making that progress and laying that foundation that you really want to lay. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. So yes, this all has to do with the divine feminine, receptivity, and stillness and quietness, and wrapping things up, you know, with this worm energy. I feel like things are being wrapped up and things are coming that were maybe hidden or suppressed deep within or deep underground, are being revealed, are coming up to the surface so that you can fully be renewed, and maybe don't have to work so hard, or you're not, you know, flying, you're not like resisting a whole lot. You're not, I feel like with this worker bee, it's not just like merely happily working and doing its thing. It's like working while it's like pulling or flying against the wind, or like pulling a lot of weight behind it. And so I think that there is kind of a tipping point that's happening. You're on the cusp of something that's actually going to release you from a lot of pain, a lot of bruising, a lot of I don't feel that either this person or just the environment or dynamic that you're in, I don't feel like you feel emotionally safe. It's something with the emotions. I'm going to see if there's anything else that we can get for you, Gemini. Okay, so we have a fourth a fourth character that's coming in now, Gemini. And I feel like this is like more in your future, and this is what's lacking. This is why maybe you feel very emotionally vulnerable and feel like maybe your stomach is in knots and you just feel very on edge and not protected and kind of like limp and weak and tired and exhausted, because there's just some kind of like energy that's like around you that yeah, it's like you don't see it. It's like hidden under the surface, but it's just like this constant feeling of instability, unsafety, insecurity. And so now this week it's rising up and it's like revealing itself, some kind of truth, and it's going to be a huge wrap up in a lot of ways. So this is very interesting. So with the elk, you know, this is like the father, and more of the divine masculine principle, and this is stability, security, structure, you know, and I feel like that's what you're really, really needing. You've been really wanting to lay a really strong foundation, but because of this emotional insecurity, you just haven't been able to really get on dry land or feel sure-footed or anything. So yeah, I definitely don't feel like you're a beginner, Gemini, but I feel like there's something about beginner's mind here. There is definitely some kind of new beginning, new wrap up, something like that. And I'm having major deja vu right now. And you are, I feel like this owl is representing a very sheer veil that this shark, I mean, this could just be what's in your subconscious. I mean, it could be anything really, but this tiger shark has just been basically gnawing through this material, and it's getting to a point where it's going to be able to get through. This owl isn't going to be able to shield you from this much longer, I feel. So and you're needing, and you are, I do think that this elk, it could, for some Geminis, this is in your life now. I do feel like this is new. I feel like the elk is entering into your life to protect you, because the owl is just up above looking down on the situation, where the elk can be grounded in earth and be able to just defend you, basically defend you. I don't feel like you have that emotional, I mean, we're looking at a bee and an earthworm here against a tiger and a shark. And so, yeah, you're needing that person or something to protect you, to be able to go, "Rawr." Not my bee. Cannot harm my bee. So, okay, so let's see what the fairies have to say about this dynamic for Gemini. Yeah, I'm just feeling very emotional with you, Gemini, as I'm looking at these cards. I'm just feeling very raw and vulnerable and emotional, and yeah, you're just really needing, I just feel like you are just absolutely exhausted and just really need someone or something to ground you and also protect you, and shield you, and just give you time to just be in your own world and heal yourself and build your life back together, put your life back together, without really much outside forces like distracting you or hurting you or scaring you, traumatizing you. So I think with this elk, it's gonna help you to speak up. I think that you've been clamped down expressively with this earthworm. I'm just seeing you like this or like this or like this, just something like that. I'm just seeing you more like folding your arms, and then just kind of like just very exhausted, just very tired, and trying to protect yourself. I don't think that, I don't know, it doesn't feel like this shark tiger is physical, or at least it's not physical for you. It's just more of a feeling. It's just more of this overall feeling of that's like just encircling you, that's just around you. So yeah, I definitely feel like this bee earthworm person could be Gemini. There's just kind of like this sense of kind of like danger or doom and gloom or something that's like been around you, and I think that you have been trying to go into self-protection mode and protect your feelings, but you just haven't felt like you have the strength to do that, and now this elk is coming in, being able to stand its ground and protect you. So I think that's really beautiful. So we have the guardian at the gate here, Gemini, and yeah, there's definitely something coming to a threshold, something coming to just be released, to come out into the open. There is some kind of tipping point, and it's actually going to be really healthy and really good and provide more purity and healing and rebirth and rejuvenation. but something is needing to be released, and I think that this is more like an energy, or you're just not sure when this tiger or shark is gonna come out, but you can just feel it, but you don't know what's gonna make it react. Okay, so we have Oh That Gnome, and it is really important for you to move, to keep moving, to keep working, to healing and doing all of that stuff. And I do think that this elk is going to help create that environment for you. And again, this elk could be a person, or it could be just something that just like represents a whole new environment. So it could just be like a new home, a new city, a new work environment, anything like that. Another group. So with this Oh That Gnome energy, he comes up. So if basically in the book it says that if you're kind of procrastinating and not taking action to move forward, he's going to come in with this trickster energy and kind of whir things up, spin things up, create chaos to get you to move and do what you need to do. So if you're not doing that, it could be that this is why this is happening. To get you to move. So it's actually very loving, even though it doesn't maybe not feel that way in the moment. But it is important for you to keep moving, and I think it is important for you to embody kind of like a playful mindset. And I'm getting like being content with the imperfect. With a bee, I am kind of sensing like a kind of perfectionistic kind of mindset, which is just weighing on you even more. And so I think you are going to get your footing, Gemini, and this elk is going to help you be able to release this, where it's just you and stability and security, and you can let go of the earthworm, and it's just you, and you're joyous and you're hardworking and you're building and you're having all of this positive momentum. That's where you are headed, and it's almost like this elk now is what will be encircling you, so that you can have this really safe environment to relax, and that you can have more of a playful attitude in this new environment, and be more playful and happy and funny, and just kind of having like this Jennifer Lawrence kind of attitude, like, well, yeah, this is me. And I mean, she tells so many embarrassing stories, and like I think, what's his name? Seth. He used to be on Saturday Night Live, and now he has his own talk show, and she went on and she's like, oh my God, I had this major crush on you, and I found out that you're married and all of this stuff. And she was just like divulging all of this on TV and to him. And it's kind of like, I hope you get what I'm saying, but it's just kind of like, well, it is what it is, and this is who I am, and da 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 da, and like, no, my life isn't perfect, but you just being authentically you, and just being like, No, I'm not perfectly organized, and yeah, I am kind of clumsy sometimes, and this kind of energy. And this elk is totally speaking your soul song, Gemini. Is totally speaking your language, totally gets you, is attuned to you, understands you, sees you, um, feels you, if I haven't said that already, and can just provide the sense of absolute tranquility and calmness and peace. And maybe even listening to music will help you, because with this bee, I'm getting a lot of trauma that has happened to your nervous system, and you're needing that groundedness. You really do. You really need that sense of groundedness, that can calm your nervous system. So perhaps music, maybe even writing music, something with music would be very healing and therapeutic for you. And this all has to do with the home, the home, um, and that foundation, and being able to embrace your wild nature, and being able to be creative, and to be feisty, and to be playful, everything that I was saying, um, and to be able to really start to rebuild yourself, so that you can start embodying your sense of empowerment, where maybe you won't need this elk anymore. Like, I mean, they'll be there, but you won't need them, and you'll be able to stand up for yourself and protect yourself, and all of that, because you have that foundation. And there's a part in the book that describes, like, have you ever seen a plant break through concrete? It breaks through the threshold of concrete, and it's just flourishing. So yeah, there might be something about breaking barriers, pushing through stuff, breaking through limiting beliefs, things like that. But yeah, there's a whole importance of groundedness. And we have Nellis the alchemist. So this is all embracing your inner magician, that gnome, and this, totally Gemini. You are the magician, Gemini. And yeah, this is all about embracing your own inner magic, your own inner power, knowing that you do have everything that you need to create whatever it is that you want, having the Midas touch, having that vision, having that direct focus, and also having that sense of ease. Yeah, and we have the Singer of Chalice. So in the beginning, we were talking about like this emotional wounding that you're having. But what's in store for you is emotional fulfillment, emotional sustenance, nourishment, nurturing, being in an environment that's very nurturing, and just sparkling from the inside out, and really basically just like going from 0 to 500 miles an hour, like just embracing your inner god or goddess, your inner superstar, and just feeling like you really have 2 feet on the ground, very stable, very secure, very loved and protected, and just very relaxed and very content. So I'm gonna see if we have any advice for you, Gemini. Blessed. You are so blessed, Gemini. Blessings and gifts are on the way. You're co-creating with the universe. Just remember that you are blessed. You are co-creating with the higher power. Your angels and guides are with you. You are embodying, you are unlocking things, you are unlocking divine wisdom, and you're just blossoming, and things are changing, are becoming solid, more solid, and you're just creating and manifesting like physical things, like physical manifestations, something that's like very, very visceral. Oh my goodness, you have loyal heart. Wow. I definitely feel like, yeah, this elk person has a loyal heart. Let's see what the book has to say about this. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. So yeah, I feel like, you couldn't really trust this person. Yeah, lots of instability, but now you're just coming more into stability and surrounding yourself with people that you can trust, that are loyal, that are devoted to you. That just feels really solid and natural and healthy. Chop wood. So during this transition time that you're going through, it's important for you to, continue to wash the dishes, to go on walks, to take care of yourself, and to do those daily tasks and activities. And everything like that, and maybe even mixing it up and things like that to help ground you. Really, that's all that's really saying. Just like do things that will help ground you. Anything else for the wonderful Gemini? Oh, wow, all that glitters. Oh my god, you are somewhere over the rainbow. You're finding that pot of gold. You are finding and manifesting that pot of gold, and you are finding the treasures, and you're just getting the whole package. So yeah, Gemini, I think that you're finding your pot of gold over the rainbow, and everything is going to be wonderful. Wonderful. I think, there's masks here, so maybe it's something about your true essence, and maybe even seeing other people's true nature as well. But I think it's more about your true essence emerging, really learning about yourself and feeling happier and having more clarity, and things just working out. And yeah, just like coal for pearls, coal for diamonds, and just things that are just going to be more and more enriching. I think that there's kind of something that was like zapping you from your energy, and so you were just kind of like, but this is life enriching, life enhancing stuff, life enhancing manifestations. So yeah, I hope that this message really served you, Gemini. Like I say, you are never ever alone. You are so, so loved, and always be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Big kiss. Bye.